DRC, South Africa, Guinea, Mali, Togo, Djibouti, Comora, Eritrea. Those are just the few African head of state that had a bilateral face-to-face meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping Monday, today, ahead of the China-Africa Forum summit that's going to take place this week in Beijing, China. I'm mentioning those bilateral meetings because it's quite important for many of those African head of states when they attend those Africa Plus One summit to have the opportunity to have a face-to-face with the host of the summit. And most of the case, that's not always the case. And it's really a huge contrast. For example, when you compare what was happening during the U.S. Leadership African Summit in December 2022, when Joe Biden had received a lot of African head of state, but did not have the opportunity to have those bilateral meetings with each of them. And it's very important for many of those African head of state because it's allowed them to have a political message when they go home, to have a narrative to show and to show how much their country is important, how their country matters. It's because their country matters that they had a face-to-face, a bilateral meeting with the host of the summit. And China plays that game very well. It knows how to treat its host and to give them the importance they want to receive. So to allow them to keep face and not to lose face, as we say in Chinese, to keep face and to have a messaging to share back home when it comes to the interaction with China. Hello, my name is Christian Geraud. I'm the Africa editor of the China Global South Project, and I'm back after a few weeks of being off. I'm back during this week of FOCAC, where we're going to have a special coverage on CGSP about this China-Africa Forum. All this month, we've done different coverage. We had podcasts, we had guests, we had content around FOCAC, and we've made it specially all accessible to all of you so you can know and understand better about what's going to happen, what's to look for, what's to expect, what's not to expect. I've made a video a month ago about that, reading between the lines of Chinese foreign affairs spokesperson to try to understand and to try to anticipate what we can expect for this FOCAC. We don't know, we are not sure, and it's unlikely that we're going to have huge financial numbers of billions of dollars that many African countries are expecting, but we should be expecting huge announcement in terms of how China-Africa relationship are going to change, how maybe are going to see the emergence of a new structure, of a new framework or of cooperation between China and Africa. Because Chinese President Xi Jinping has been saying that to his host a couple of times that this FOCAC is going to be a milestone of China-Africa cooperation. So if he keeps on saying that, this should be a hint for us to expect a major announcement, a maybe political announcement, maybe cooperation-wise, to expect on how things are going to be different. Even the theme of the FOCAC itself is a kind of hint to tell us what we should be expecting. So this week, I'm going to be coming back a couple of times with the video and content around this FOCAC. We're going to try to analyze, to bring some understanding about the jargon, about the conversation, about what's happening in Beijing, so you can be smarter, you can understand better the China-Africa Forum Summit. So this is going to be all. I decided to make this video short, but I'm going to be seeing you this week again for another coverage of China in Africa. My name is Christian Geraud. I'm the Africa editor of the China Global South. If you like this content, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time we drop a new video, content, or podcast around China engagement in the Global South. So see you sometime this week for another special coverage of the China-Africa Forum Summit in Beijing. See you.